Hey, there's one more song I want to cover today, and that would be Sophisticated Lady. Let me look this up. New Real Book 2. And I don't think I ever really listened to the original recording all that much. The recording I like is by Art Tatum, and I'll cover a few of those things. So anyway, this is going to be a little bit more of an advanced video. Let me just get it started here. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is some reharmonization ideas, some Art Tatum riffs, and a very effective way of practicing something that seems difficult and that you're having a hard time with. So, starting off, I never knew this chord progression. I always went like, use an F dominant seventh there. And because I'm going to a minor chord, it's usually an altered dominant. So what was altered here? The melody is a flat 9, and I put in the flat 13. Okay. And Art Tatum, he goes to a B flat dominant a lot of times in this song. So they've got some contrapuntal elaboration of static harmony, or commonly called fucking around with one of the notes of the chord. And then here, what I was doing was suspending each chord like this, and then resolving it. So that's very similar to also just putting a minor 2 chord in front of each dominant chord. So if we think about G flat 7th, before that would be a D flat minor 7th. Okay? And then, you can go something like this. Okay, now let me talk about a way to practice something like that. I might make it even a little bit harder. I might go something like... the left hand's jumping around a little bit more. So, here's how you can get stuff like this. It's called stop and prepare. All right, it's all over the Suzuki method, how to teach Suzuki method books, but any classical pianist will tell you that this is a great method. So what you do is, you stop, and let's do this in little chunks of 2 chords. So we'll go like this, 'cause that's pretty easy to do. And then you prepare. You stop, you get ready on the next chord, and then you do it. All right, you stop and get ready. Now, you get ready as quickly as you can. That's kind of the key here. What am I doing? All right, stop. This is an easy one because it's all black keys right here for B flat minor 7th, going to E flat. And there's lots of little variations on this. You could go up like that or something. And if I was going to, incorporate that, I would probably practice it like this. I would stop and prepare. I would think about what I was going to do on the next one. I'd think about it and get ready. Same mistake. All right, so this is what I need to do. I need to practice this way. So I'm starting here. I'm going to do the next one. Next one. Next one. And notice I did not make that same mistake this time because I stopped and I thought about it. And, there's a thing called muscle memory, but it's deeper than that. It's not just your muscles remembering. There's a whole nervous system thing happening here, incorporating your ears, your eyes, your mind, your emotions, everything. So, when you're stopping and preparing, you don't make mistakes. And that way, because if you make mistakes, your body learns those, your ear learns those, even your emotions. You feel like crying, but that's not our intention. All right, next one. Yeah. All right, let's go on. We've got a substitute by doing a diminished chord and then up here. And then we come up here. Now, I think I got that little idea from Art Tatum, but I'm still doing this suspended thing. And Art did a lot of two-handed riffs like that, especially going up the keyboard, but you know, he was good enough to do them that way too. Now, another thing you could do here is that 2-5, like this, you know. And I'm sure when I, worked that out, I did it, with stop and prepare, right? It not only trains your fingers and to move in the right way, but it trains your brain to think about those chords, because really when you're playing a bunch of chords like that, I mean, you can kind of get them under your fingers, but there's so much there. You really have to think about what you're doing, E flat, A flat, D flat, E flat, A flat, D, G, D flat, G flat, C, F. I mean, you got to be thinking about those chords that fast. And you can't do that without some slow practice or some stop and prepare practice. Now, I usually play A major 7th there, but we got C minor, so that's just a substitution. Let's put a little tritone substitution there. That's a tritone substitution of a C 7th. But, this technique works. I like that little re-harm up above there. That's kind of nice. Now, some other stuff you could do is kind of move the chord ahead of the melody, like maybe something like that, perhaps. Maybe some rootless voicings could be worked in here. I think on the last one I'd put a root, though. I think that would make it sound better. And, if you're improvising, just doing the same thing on each chord, you're like, something like that. Damn it, I wish I could play like Art Tatum. It's never going to happen, but, just maybe doing 1%, a 0.5% of what Art Tatum was capable of is going to just, make me a happy person. Now, the bridge has got some rhythm. Ba, da, 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 da. What I like to do is quote a little song in here. See if you can tell what I'm going to quote. I'm going to quote it right at the end of that line. You make me feel so young. And, anytime you have a progression moving up like this to the minor chord, the diminished is typical. But to play an F minor, with the third and the bass, it gives it a neat sound. It doesn't work going up to the third there, not nearly as well. And I think that's what they actually do in that particular song. You make me feel so young. It's a nice progression. I use it whenever I can. Yeah, I always put too much melody in there. It's just very simple. Here's a good reharm. E flat, D flat, both dominant. Maybe this one's a dominant too. Or a minor 7 flat 5 is fine, but the E flat and D flat is the cool part. Or Art Tatum style. Or a good way to get into that E flat I've found is like a, let's see, some rootless voicings there. You know, that's a rootless voicing. If you take the B flat out, move it up here, put the melody note on top. Look at all those fourths you got, plus an augmented fourth. You could probably do the suspended trick on that one too, but another thing you could do, you know, we had the 2 chord going to the 5 chord like this. Just do the 2 chord and do like the so what voicing or something. Is that the so what voicing? Yes, I think it is. Yes. Or maybe you could do it at the beginning too. I don't know where I got this riff from. I kind of worked it out in the key of A. I think I was playing through an Art Tatum arrangement one time or something, or trying to, and maybe that little riff got in my ears or something. It was over an A 7th chord, starting on the 6th or the 13, like that, and then just coming down the 9th chord like that. But think a tritone away. Gives you a nice, you know, kind of an altered scale kind of riff there. Over and out. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you again in the near future. Have a great 4th of July. This is July 2nd today, so hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks.